back to Focal Point AFR Talk. Want to get back to this business of Islam and terror directed against the United States. And I'll jump into that in just a second. I've got a story here from World Magazine about a lesbian teacher that has been fired by a Catholic school, and she is filing a lawsuit against them for discrimination. Now, what had happened is she's 59 years old. Her name is Carla Hale. She was a lesbian phys ed teacher at an Ohio Catholic school. And she'd been teaching there for 19 years. Administrators fired her for, quote, violating moral law, end quote. Now, according to the Columbus Dispatch, what happened is that her sexual preference became public in an obituary for her late mother. This obituary was published, and not only did it talk about her mother, but it revealed the name of her lesbian partner, somebody by the name of Julie. So a parent in the school sent a letter to Hale's employer, Bishop Watterson High School in Columbus, Ohio, complaining about her presence on staff now as an open lesbian. This is not a secret anymore. If it's in the newspaper, you're out of the closet. This is no longer private information that has been concealed. It's now open. Everybody in the community who can read now in position to know about sexual preference. And so the school fired her. Now, I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm saying here, because we have got to reclaim the discrimination word. Again, the language has gotten to the place where everybody thinks if it's discrimination, it's bad. Discrimination itself has become a bad word. Now, my point here is the school discriminated against this teacher. Yes, they absolutely did, and they should have. They were absolutely right to do it. There are times when discriminating is the right thing to do, when discrimination is the right thing to do. They were discriminating against this woman's sexual behavior, sexual misconduct, immoral sexual behavior, and we should make no apologies for discriminating against that kind of behavior. You know, we discriminate against shoplifters. You're going to come in. I mean, one of these guys, one of the Boston Bombers, his mom boosted $1,600 worth of clothes from a Lord & Taylor's. She wasn't deported. He had a domestic beef with his girlfriend back in 2009. Both of those deportable offenses. Nothing was done. My point is we discriminate against immoral behavior all the time, and we should. So let's reclaim the discrimination word. It is right to discriminate against people who engage in aberrant sexual behavior. We should discriminate against people like that. It is right to discriminate against people who engage in that kind of behavior. It's not against them personally, because if they don't engage in the behavior, we're not going to do anything to them. We don't have any beef with them as an individual. It's the behavior that they're engaged in. That's the problem. And there are certain kinds of sexually aberrant behavior which we should discriminate against. And we are right to discriminate against sexual misconduct. So that's the point I'm trying to get at. It is absolutely perfectly appropriate and right for us to discriminate against people who engage in sexually deviant behavior. We can and should do it. We discriminate against those who engage in pedophilia. We don't bat an eye about doing that. We engage against people that engage in bestiality. We don't bat an eye, but we're discriminating. We're discriminating against them based on sexually non-normative behavior, and we should. Now, shifting gears just a little bit, I want to talk about what Janet Napolitano said this morning in this immigration hearing. And this is where these issues dovetail, because remember, these guys were given asylum in the United States, and there's no good reason for that. They were here as refugees. And as I said yesterday, my point here is if you've got Muslims that fear for their life in a Muslim country, they don't have to come to America. There are 56 other Muslim countries. Certainly, if this religion is as peace-loving as Martin Bashir says it is, if it's full of nothing but compassion and kindness and peace, if it's as peace-loving, if it's a religion of peace like Representative Keith Ellison wants to say, Well, if this is a religion of peace, then that means there would be